Hello, welcome to Bourbon and a Baby. My name is Jay. Max will not be joining us today because Max is actually asleep right now because it is his nap time. See? And besides that fact, he's still not 21, so he couldn't join us anyway. All right, so happy Thanksgiving. Hopefully, if all works well in the world and I get this edited in time, this will come out on Thanksgiving Day. And what better way to celebrate Thanksgiving than by drinking Wild Turkey 101. Now, as you all know, Wild Turkey 101 is the kind of the brainchild or the fruits of the labor of the great and powerful Jimmy Russell. Jimmy Russell is a man that I was fortunate enough to have met personally at the Wild Turkey Distillery. Got a picture taken with him and his wife, who is also very lovely. And just tells great stories, just an amazing ambassador for the Wild Turkey brand, just a legend in the bourbon game as well, and yeah, just puts out this great product. Now, a lot of people that might not necessarily be that into bourbon hear Wild Turkey and they think college and doing shots and throwing up and stuff like that. But I'm here to tell you, Wild Turkey 101 is one of the best budget bourbons, hands down, across the board that you can buy. This is just a 375, but a normal size bottle costs you $25 or less. You know, sometimes you get it right around that $21, $22 mark, which is an amazing price for a bourbon that is 101 proof. So it's not lacking in that department, and is around kind of a mix or a blend of bourbons that are 6 to 8 years old. You see a lot of other brands coming out with 8-year-old product or even 6-year-old product, 7-year-old product at $40, $50, $60 even. And for this to be a staple on the shelves, 20 to 25 bucks, 6 to 8 years old, 101 proof, it's just absolutely amazing. So yeah, let's go ahead. In the tradition of the very first Thanksgiving, where Jimmy Russell himself gave this to the Native Americans and the Pilgrims. He was there with Abraham Lincoln and George Washington and Rutherford B. Hayes. They all sat around the table with Pocahontas and Chief Sitting Bull, and they all shared this bourbon together. It's quite an amazing story, was the first Thanksgiving. All right, let's check the nose on this. I get a lot of the spicier notes, kind of those aspects of rye, the rye content. This is technically considered a high rye bourbon, although I don't remember the exact mash bill, but it's around 13-14%, somewhere in there, where, you know, compared to other high rye bourbon mash bills, might seem a little bit lower, but yeah, this is a higher rye mash bill. So yeah, I'm getting kind of that peppery, that rye spice. I get a little bit of the heat from the 101 proof, and then I just get like this kind of thick caramel molasses. You just imagine just like you melted down caramel and you mixed in some molasses. It's just like this thickly, slowly dripping down off of something. I don't know what it'd be dripping off of, but that's kind of what I smell. It smells amazing. It smells like a good bourbon. I mean, it just smells good. And it makes me want to drink it. So, cheers to all of you. Happy Thanksgiving. I hope, even if you're not able to enjoy the day with your larger families this year, I hope that you at least speak to each other, Zoom each other, whatever. But I hope you all have a great Thanksgiving. Cheers. That first sip, that spiciness really hits, like that black pepper, kind of the rye spice, the baking spices, and then the dryness from the oak barrels. You can taste a lot of that oak on the finish. And it kind of leaves my mouth a little bit dry, but watering, and wanting to take another sip. So I'm gonna take another sip. Still pretty heavy on the black pepper, on the spiciness. As it lingers, and as the finish carries on, that's where I get the caramel. I still get that oak up front though. The oak with the spice, with the black pepper. And then as it like mellows out and kind of finishes, and it's a pretty long finish, I start to get like a burnt caramel or caramel, shall you say. That's like this classic. If I'm a sucker for anything when it comes to bourbon, it's caramel. And I love it when it really hits me heavy on the finish. That's my favorite part of it, if it's there. So this is just a win for me. This is kind of a lot of what I look for in a bourbon. Now, is it like the perfect thing in the world? Like, are there better bourbons? Yes. But at the price, you can't beat it. And this even goes well. If I'm out, there's a local bar that does, I think it's like $3 Whiskey Wednesdays, and so you can get a pour of Wild Turkey 101 for $3. And a lot of times I'll get a couple because it's $3. But I don't want to just drink, 3 or 4 straight pours. Because I'm a responsible person. I'm not at home at that point, so a lot of times I really like to mix Wild Turkey 101 with ginger ale, and it mixes so well with ginger ale because it's strong enough to where the ginger ale doesn't overtake the bourbon. And so like you can really still taste it through the ginger ale, and it actually complements the ginger ale and the Wild Turkey 101 complement each other really well. And now if this were a more expensive bourbon, I would feel a little bit different mixing it with ginger ale, but being the affordability that it is, it's a great mixer. Makes a good old fashioned too. Now, as this is my third sip, that upfront spiciness has now mellowed, and now I just kind of, I get like a little bit of a hit of that black pepper up front, but I still taste the yolk. But the more I drink it, the more of that kind of thick burnt caramel I taste. And that's why this is a dangerous bourbon for me, because the more you drink it, the better it tastes, at least for my taste buds. And then the more I want to just drink it and drink it and drink it and drink it. So as you can probably tell, this is going to get a positive review from me. I couldn't recommend this to people enough. If you are one of those people that have always dismissed or kind of looked over Wild Turkey because you equate it with doing shots and throwing up, I'm gonna ask you to recalibrate your mind and give this another shot. Not shot, but give this another try. Try it on its own neat, or try it with a large cube, or try it with ginger ale. But just try it again. Give it another chance, because I think you'll like it. It's seriously, I cannot stress enough, probably the best value overall in all of bourbon. So thanks to Jimmy and Eddie Russell. Thanks to all of you. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It would really help me out a lot. I'm getting so close to 300. And I'd love to just soar past that in the next month or so. So hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification, so you'll see when any new videos are released. Give me a thumbs up if you wouldn't mind. And last but not least, you can follow Max and myself on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We're at Bourbon and the Baby on all those platforms. Cheers. It's just good. It's just good. It's time for our infinity bottle ad. So I'm going to add about an ounce of this to our infinity blend. And let's see how it does. Beautiful. We're getting there. I'm getting pretty close to the top.